Okay, third time's a charm, right? Out here I took my cover off of the area where this stuff is, my capacitor. So that capacitor, supposedly you can take it off. These bands are holding it on, and you just screw out those and get them off. You have to be careful to make sure you've got your, I have 4 wires going into mine, so you have to make sure you have the same placement. I have my new capacitor, and I tried to order one that has similar. They all have different tops. Might be the same size, same numbers, but different tops. Trying to make sure to not lose my screws. So I tried to find one that was similar so I didn't get them confused. My electrical power is out and off, and I need my socket to take out the screws for the cover, and I think the screws for the bands that hold it in, and then needle nose to pull off the wires off the canister thing. They just pull off and then push back on. So fingers crossed. Today it's only 78 degrees in the house after work, and I'm hoping that this takes care of my air conditioning problem. Oh yeah, so this is the number that's printed on my old capacitor that's in there, plus some other numbers that in the description were the same as this. And then this one, so that looks like where the yellow ones are. There's 2 yellow ones hooked to a 4-pronger, and then there's 2 others. So that's why I got this, because some have 4 prongers all the way around, some have just 1 prongers. So I tried to get as close as I could, although this one actually has, see that yellow for the yellow wires? And I couldn't quite find anything else. There's black for the black one. So then this one has 2 prongers. And maybe that's green, the green one. So I'm going to take this off and see if there's any markings. Like, you know, on batteries it's a plus or a minus. See if there's any markings. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to mark with a Sharpie where what is, so I can compare them. Nothing is easy. So I thought there were bolts on each side holding it, and it's just on this side, and my socket's not long enough. So I have to go figure out something for that. So on the new one, it does say fan, Herm, and a 0. So I'm going to see if the old one says similar. I finally got the old one off. Just took this off. And now it's just hanging there, and I'm going to see if it says similar things so I know where to put the wires back in. I'm going to try to do this carefully. It took forever to find the right size thing. I don't know why they have to have different size bolts and nuts on every single thing, but that just shows me I need more socket kind of tools because I did not have things long enough. This, ladies and gentlemen, I love this little screwdriver. It's like a ratchet screwdriver. You can loosey, whatever, tighten, lefty, loosen, righty, tighty. With that, it changes. I really like this. I just wish I had more sockets or extenders or whatever. Okay, I'm very nervous doing this, but keep at it. I'm hungry, I want dinner, so keep at it. Okay, I got bug carcasses out of there, and there is print in there. One says fan, the brown one says fan, and I think this blue one says Herm. So I'm going to for sure mark the brown one. Maybe for sure. Oh yeah. Wish I could see better. And I got reading glasses on and I still can't tell for sure. So I'm going to try to match this print up and see how I've got it marked on here. Well, that's for yellow, Y for 2, blue, and brown. I'm going to try to mark it similar on here. So if that is fan, then this green one goes exactly what I thought. Okay, so the green one goes over here for the brown. If that one says fan, this is for the one blue wire that's by itself, although on this one they've got 3 things. They've got 3 things on that one too. Okay, good to go. And then this has the 2 yellow ones. Okay. Oh, this makes me nervous. Okay, I'm having some trouble pulling the brown one off because it's stuck on there pretty good. But I got the yellow ones off, and I put them on the new one immediately so I didn't mess up and forget where they were or which way they were facing. So the yellow ones went easy. The brown one is for fan, and I got to get the brown one over on this, its green circle. And then the blue one over here. So I'm making some progress, but I'm having a lot of trouble pulling that brown one off. And you just use you're supposed to just use the needle nose. Here we go. The needle nose and pull, but you know, my hands are wimpy, so. Okay, back at it. Woohoo! I finally got the brown one off, got it into place. Blue one came off easy. I just wanted to say I'm glad that I took pictures as I went for the cord placement, the wire placement, because the label for this one is now in behind. And so if I'd just gone by putting the label in front, like this one, the label was mostly in front. If I'd just gone by the label, I would have connected my wires wrong, I think. So now I have to get this back in place and screw that back in, put on the cover, and go in and turn it on and test it out. Fingers crossed. So when I had washed the coils and changed the filters in the house, it was blowing cooler air, but that was just because it was circulating and it was so hot inside. So I'm going to have to wait a minute and see if this is actually blowing air-conditioned air or not. I wish I would have heard if something else had kicked on or not. Okay, that's the end of part 3 of my adventures. If this doesn't work, then it needs a shot of the juice to get it going. So hopefully this works. Thank goodness it's not too hot today. It's a little humid, but it's only 79 degrees. It went up a degree while I was out here working. So hopefully that took care of it. We'll see. Fingers crossed. I know I say fingers crossed a bunch, but this is not a how-to, because I don't know what I'm doing. I just listen to what people tell me to try and give it a try, but I really don't know. So, but I got everything put back together without electrocuting myself, so that's sweet. Okay, see ya. Oh yeah, I forgot one more thing. When my friend was telling me over the phone how to diagnose it, I knew that sometimes things freeze up, and when they freeze up, they don't circulate. So he said this should be like air temperature, same as the outdoors, and that this, if I could feel it, should be cold or kind of icy, and it is already getting a little condensation and is cold. Yay! So that is a good sign. Yay!